You'll be good. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Awesome April, where Sakshi and I pause, reflect, and have real conversation about mindfulness, growth, and gratitude. I am Devna Parekh, your host, and conducting this awesome April with our awesome guest Sakshi Rohra. So, Sakshi, today's episode is special one because we are talking about something really close to Sakshi's heart and honestly, mine too. It's called Colourathon. Please highlight on that.
Yes, Colourathon is definitely very close to my heart, and I would love to, let people know what it is about, how that idea created in my mind, how it is exploding outside, how it is reaching to the world, and how definitely it is creating an impact in the community outside.
Wow. So, this is really awesome. Let's dive right in what exactly is Colourathon. How did you first think of creating an event like Colourathon?
So it was a lingering thought that became a seed turned into Colourathon. And yes, Colourathon for me is not just a coloring event, it is a mindful space that I've created for people to come and be present, focusing on themselves. So coloring is a beautiful technique. It's a very powerful technique to bring yourself into a mindful space where you can just leave every thought aside and be present in this moment. So this is how Colorathon came in, because for me, mindfulness is being present right here at this moment, even if it is just for 10 seconds, even if it is for 10 seconds. And coloring brings you into that space slowly, gradually, where you're away from your thoughts, you're away from your devices, and helps you connect with yourself. So this is how Colorathon came into that mind. And definitely,
Wow. Wow. That sounds.
I also want to create a community, which is having a choice to choose mindfulness and, wants to be in this space to experience what mindfulness actually means. It's very easy to say that, yeah, I want to be in a community where mindfulness is, but if you can't experience mindfulness, so this is where I'm
Hmm.
giving them a space to experience it truly as well.
Wow, that sounds so refreshing, especially in today's world where we always are rushing and we are ticking with the clock. The next task off the list. What made you choose coloring specifically as core activity? Why you thought coloring should be the core activity?
As I mentioned, coloring is a very powerful technique to get into the mindful space. So, if you notice when you start coloring, it will gently slow you down. It will very slowly prepare your mind to slow down from your thoughts and the rush of the hustle and bustle outside in the world. It will bring you out of the chaos, out of the noise that is existing in the world, which is you are not able to, get away from. Also, since it's a no phone activity, at that point of time, you're keeping yourself away from the phone. You're being away from, even connecting to others. And the moment you get silent, you start connecting to yourself. So, this is how coloring became a very important tool for me to uh, bring it in the colorathon so that people are really working and experiencing to quiet down in their own space.
Yes, so I'm sure it makes them calm and they can
Yes.
rejuvenate by doing this activity. So, what happens when someone walks into the space?
So when someone walks into the space of colorathon, there is definitely a shift in the energy. So there is this calm sound of music going on. There are meditations and, where the facilitators do conduct meditations to bring you into a settled emotion before you enter into a coloring space. While you're coloring, we are even having sound bath going on, where to keep you in a more mindful space, you know, those singing bowls and all help you to relax. So you're not only coloring, but you're also being in a relaxing state of mind. So this is what you will experience when you come at Colourathon. Yes, pre and post, there are a lot of other things happening. We have talent shows. There are people who come to perform because it's a community event and we want people to come and show their talents as well. We have guest speakers who will be coming and speaking on mindfulness, mindset, how they have brought in a shift in their life. And we also have question and answers for the audience if they want to come and ask us some things related to mindfulness or healing or growth. We are open to that as well. By that main 1 hour of colorathon, you will find utmost peace and you will really, I guarantee you, I assure you, are going to connect to yourself for sure.
Lovely, lovely. I love that non-judgment zone. But here is a twist. There is also a winner. Tell us more about how you decide who is the most present.
So definitely, Colorathon is not about winning with the best artist. It is about how mindfully you're present at that moment. So we have facilitators, we have vigilators who will be very respectfully monitoring the whole event, where they will see that how much could you be present in the act of coloring,
Hmm.
or were you being distracted? Were you being, or probably, even were you distracting somebody, not only distracted yourself, but it's just that you're being in that space. It's not about how many sheets you've colored because we'll be giving you a bunch of sheets, so that in 1 hour you don't need to wait. Oh, I finished coloring. Now what do I do? You know, so you can do
Hmm.
one, you can do 10, you can do 20 because you're doing it in a group of five, you know. So
Hmm.
it's just as simple as that, that color it in the
Hmm.
moment, do it as peacefully as you can do with the intention of connecting to yourself. And this year
Wow.
specifically, we
Awesome.
are coming up with mandalas. So all the more it
Hmm.
is going to be more creative, more fun. So the judgment,
Hmm.
yes, I do understand that, the winners will be chosen on the basis of how much you're present. But trust me, each participant who is leaving from there is carrying something valuable with them. Trust me, this is the truth.
Wow. So this Colorathon event is for all age groups. So
Yes.
how children and older adults respond to this?
So I very clearly remember at one of our colorathon, there was this child and the grandfather who walked in together, and they got into the space of coloring. And you won't believe they were not talking, they were not using their phones, and no distractions, but they connected with their stillness,
Hmm.
and it felt like, the generations are connecting.
Hmm.
Not only a
Wow.
grandfather or a child is connecting, but in today's world, when that we are also occupied with just scrolling of our mobiles, or we have our friends to hang out with, and today's
Hmm.
teenagers, kids who are so occupied with their classes, with their tuitions, running around, or then they have their party plans. In this existing pattern of life, we have forgotten to connect with ourselves and with our family members as well. So this is a
Hmm.
space where you can come together and, connect. At the same time, we've had senior citizens who've been coming at the event, and they have felt seen. They have been
Hmm.
feeling like they are in a space where they would have never imagined. Like coloring is such an event,
Hmm.
like वो तो बच्चों का काम है. No adult or a
Hmm.
senior citizen would say कि हमें करना है. But they have been the people who
Hmm.
have enjoyed coloring the most. They have lived back their memories. They have
Hmm.
gone back to their school days. The experiences that they share is just what I, feel connected with. This is what we actually want to hear.
Yes.
This is what we
So,
actually want to see. So definitely it is for everyone, whether it's kids, teenagers, adults, senior citizen, everybody can be a part of this and still experience their stillness.
awesome. Awesome. So let's zoom out a little. Why do you think an event like Colorathon is so needed in today's world? And do you think people want to disconnect but don't know how?
Of course, in today's generation, there is a need of colorathon like this because we are living in a life of stimulation, overthinking, where we don't know where to stop. We don't know how to stop. There are as we said, kids are busy. Even we are busy in our own life. Even if you're a housewife, you start your day with what to cook, what to cook, what to cook, and you're just day ends. Isko ye dena, isko ye dena. Or then यहाँ पे ये हुआ, office में there are corporate offices, they have their own issues. Everybody is dealing with some things. Everybody wants to be silent, wants to attract silence, but they feel that they will be left out. They can't connect to it because if I use a right term, they are addicted to the noise. They are so addicted to the noise that they
Hmm.
can't come back and visit silence. They don't know that there is something called as connecting to your own self through the stillness and through the silence. Now, since it's difficult for someone to come and sit in peace and connect, we are bringing various platforms or tools where coloring is one of the tool to bring them into this space. So this is how I feel,
Correct.
in these times, it's very important to bring them back to life. This is how we can. Definitely, it's a space.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's say someone comes to Colourathon and has this beautiful experience. How can they carry that feeling back into their everyday life? What would be the results after the event? How they would feel in the following days?
So definitely they carry with themselves, and I don't want them to feel it also this is one of an event that once in a year I can experience this and I can leave with it, and they again wait for one more year only to experience that stillness. It's not like an activity that you come and do. So probably once you get connected to coloring, you can start coloring at home before sleeping, which is you'll get a very good sleep if you put up a mindful music and you start coloring before sleeping. You can even take out 5 minutes just for journaling. You could just sit down to sip a cup of tea without any device, but mindfully sitting and keeping yourself aware. Yes, these 5 minutes I'm sitting to sip a cup of tea. How is it tasting? What is the aroma of the tea? So, small gestures, small things, small techniques will bring you closer to mindfulness and the stillness within yourself.
Lovely, lovely. So I love that mindfulness doesn't have to be silent, retreat. It can be just like picking up crayons and getting into the activity,
Yes, it
right?
is not like a mountain retreat. We feel
Yes.
mindfulness is like you have to go and sit in a mountain where there will be nobody to disturb you. Only then we can experience it. It is not a mountain
Hmm.
retreat. It can be experienced even in the chaos. And we've seen so many in the
Hmm.
past also, we've seen people like staying around a huge community, but they can still feel calmness. They can still feel the stillness within themselves. It's just that we have to put across the right tools, the right techniques, and definitely an effort from our own self. So, yeah.
True, true. So for everyone listening here, our viewers, how can they be part of Colorathon? Is it ticketed? Where is it happening?
So Colourathon at this year is happening at Glue Studios on 14th Road, Khar West. It is on 1st of May 2025 from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And the tickets are available on Book My Show District In by Zomato, which we will be sharing the links in the description down. And yes, it's an amazing event. Just to drop in. Yes,
Yes,
but you have to buy the passes because there are limited seats. So please book your passes before, there will be no walk-ins because of
right.
the
So
space.
I'm definitely grabbing one today.
Yeah.
Uh, and also, I'm going to tell it to my friends and
Yes.
people around.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
really looking forward. And is this a one-time thing, or do you see Colorathon becoming something bigger?
Oh, this is just the beginning. Though I have reached my fourth year of Colorathon, which is like wow event, like a wow thing for me itself. Yes, I have grown from where I started, but my vision is very clear that I want to take it forward. I want to make it a countrywide event, just like a marathon, where,
Hmm.
I am creating a space of mindfulness and people are willing to be a part of this event to connect with themselves, to reconnect with themselves, and, at any stage, at every space, be it schools, be it cities, be it corporates, or be at grand one big level, I am willing to take this, and this is my dream to take it up to that level, to bring
Wow,
mindfulness in each and every one around. That's my vision for
fantastic.
yes.
Fantastic. So, Sakshi, thank you so much for creating something so soulful in a world that is constantly speeding up. I will be honest that I have already ordered my coloring pencils. And if you are feeling overwhelmed, overstimulated, or just stuck in your head, maybe it's time to slow down. This is for all my viewers. And get your color and get into those lines. And literally, this can be a wonderful experience. Thanks for tuning into Awesome April. Until next time, take a breath, take a pause, and maybe pick up some crayons and be part of the most happening event that's coming on 1st of May. Yes, guys, 1st of May, 10 to 1 p.m. and it would be in Blue Studios in Khar. Please book your tickets on Book My Show as soon as possible and grab the opportunity of lifetime. Best
Yes,
of
I
luck.
too can't wait to color with you all. I will also be coloring with you all. So, yes, see you all there. Thank you so much, Devna.
All right.